Welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Days of Our Lives spoilers state that the production has created an intriguing situation between Leo Stark and Mark Green, implying that there is more going on between them than Mark wants to confess. When Leo first met Mark and asked him out, Mark politely declined and said he was not gay. That prompted Leo to question Mark's certainty, as his instincts are generally correct when it comes to a gorgeous man's sexuality. Then, Mark consoled Leo at the hospital, leaving him wondering if Mark was actually interested. Leo was perplexed by all of the conflicting signs and wondered if Mark was bisexual at all. Of course, Leo discovered Mark had been on the phone with his girlfriend, which terminated his amorous chase. However, we should note that Days never addressed the topic of whether Mark is bisexual. There's a fair probability Mark is into both men and women, which would explain the confusing signals Leo has been receiving. Even if Mark is currently committed to his partner, he may still have feelings for Leo. Days has yet to announce who Mark's girlfriend is, but Jonah Robinson has been pictured on set with Annalyn McCord, who plays the mysterious woman who resembles Abigail DiMera. This has led to speculation that Mark is dating Abigail's doppelganger, so things may get sticky. Although it appears that Abigail's casket will be empty from July 8th to July 12th, this does not necessarily imply that Mark's girlfriend is the real Abigail. Days teasers suggest that the mystery woman may simply be a doppelganger, though this DOL scenario could evolve as time goes on. Whatever the case, Mark looks to be seeing someone who closely resembles Abigail, but he may cheat on her with Leo sooner or later. Leo and Mark's bond may lead to temptation, and it will be intriguing to see if they succumb to it. If Abigail's lookalike is betrayed, will she turn to Chad DiMera or someone else for comfort? We will keep you updated on any romantic chaos that may occur. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, Mark and Leo may be involved in an affair storyline, so stay tuned for more infidelity news. While it was widely believed that Gil killed Lee, the theory that helped Gabby get off the hook for Lee's murder on Days of Our Lives doesn't sit well with us, to be honest. We are happy that Gabby was released, but we never really thought that was what happened. It's just too unexpected. Bobby is claiming to have information on a murder now, of course, and based on the preview we saw this week, it looks like he will be talking about Lee. Perhaps his intention is to gain Jada's favor by pretending to be Hannibal Lecter. Perhaps he truly knows nothing about the murder. But we must admit, we find it intriguing in some way that he might have been involved in Lee's death. It does seem very suspicious that Everett appeared right before the murder. Though it seems unlikely that Bobby carried out the deed himself, that is how he responded when Jada asked if he was the one who committed the crime. If he did, it would undoubtedly hinder his efforts to win Jada over. Furthermore, why would he have done it? What if he happened to spot something that will strengthen the case? Perhaps he noticed someone leaving the crime scene when he happened to visit Lee for an unknown reason. Should that be the case, the crucial question returns, who killed Lee? We do have a theory, and it is really interesting. Because, as Soap Opera Digest notes, Connie is actually back on the canvas this Friday, July 5th. Concurrently, spoilers indicate that Jada and Rafe are investigating Bobby's allegations. Recall Connie? She was Sloane's client, had thrown a drink at Chad for having an affair with Abigail, and had just returned from a disastrous date with Lee when we last saw her. And now, of all times, she's showing up again? Stranger than fate? Possibly? But perhaps not. Connie was excited that he might be a potential murderer, just like she was when she went on that blind date with Lee. Lee played the innocent part, of course, but Connie let him know how disappointed she was. She had always been attracted to bad boys and true crime, but she had never been more so than when she was listening to the podcast about how he had brainwashed Harris into trying to kill Stefan. That's a little concerning, is it not? Heck, it has all the makings of a crazy fan who is just waiting for the right opportunity to turn violent. The outcome of that date and her feelings after Lee left her apartment were never shown to us. When she initially made an appearance in the deleted scene that head writer Ron Carlivati revealed, she threw a drink at Chad for having an affair with Abigail. Julie Dove said that she understood Connie's perspective when she attacked Chad during their previous conversation on Soaps.com. She said, "I've had someone cheat on me before. My heart was broken. In the speech, I made a real effort to draw from that. And at that very moment, I felt it deeply. Should she be channeling that, Connie would also be experiencing that. That is acceptable in and of itself, but combine that with a preoccupation with all things murder and you have a potentially dangerous concoction. Perhaps Connie experienced a past of being abandoned, and now that kind of love loss just makes her completely insane. Perhaps her and Lee's date went horribly wrong and we were never shown it. It's possible that for months Connie tried to get back in touch with him, but he kept rejecting her until she finally lost it. Bobby might have seen Connie leave the scene of the incident. Bobby may have believed that Lee, a well-known albeit disgraced businessman, was the ideal person to turn to in order to establish himself because he was new to the area. Perhaps there were darker motives behind his visit to see him. In either case, catching a glimpse and storing that information for later use would have been all that was necessary. When Bobby first appeared, long before anyone was aware of him, he most definitely wouldn't have wanted to say anything. What are your opinions? Though it seems like we learn something new every time regarding Lee's killer, Connie would be a perfect scapegoat should the show decide against locking up a key character. According to Days of Our Lives spoilers, many viewers were surprised when the episode revealed that Connie Valinsky was to blame for Lee Shin's death. Connie was in Lee's apartment that night and eventually stabbed him in the back, so the flashback sequence added a twist. When pushed to her limits, Connie is clearly capable of truly horrific things. Connie is likewise determined to stay out of Statesville, which could be why she attacks again between July 8th and July 12th. According to Days spoilers, a killer will plot the death of someone else, therefore Connie is definitely up to something. Who will Connie target as her second victim? Which Salemite is in great danger, and why? Days will have to answer those issues as this narrative progresses, but we can think of one reason why Connie would be prepared to go to such extremes. Connie may feel compelled to quiet someone who knows too much, and that someone may be Jada Hunter if Robert Bobby Stein, aka Everett Lynch, exposes a stunning account about the night Lee was kidnapped. Of course, Jada may struggle to determine what is factual and what is simply coming from Bobby's messed up head. Bobby isn't even genuine because Everett is a mental patient at Bayview, so he's not the most credible witness here. Even still, Jada may believe there is some validity to Bobby's claims, especially if he provides some details about the case that were not previously known. According to Days spoilers, Bobby will continue to play with Jada because he will be having a good time. Jada, on the other hand, will issue an ultimatum to Bobby as she attempts to collect all of the necessary puzzle pieces. Jada may understand Bobby feels Connie is the culprit and ask some questions to assess Connie's reaction. That could alert Connie to trouble and persuade her that Jada is an issue that must be addressed, especially before she tells Rafe Hernandez anything significant. However, Connie could target someone else who stands in her way, or even someone who rejects her, as Lee did. Whatever happens, Connie will continue to pose a severe threat. Days of Our Lives spoilers indicate that Connie will be armed and dangerous on July 12th, so stay tuned for further predictions on her next victim and updates on whether she will cause any serious damage. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.